about the arrest made in the double homicide victims.
Yes, so our homicide investigators were working non-stop on that double homicide, and then they were able to develop information where the suspect was at yesterday in Northeast Stockton. And it turns out the suspect in this case was a 15-year-old male, very young. So yesterday they went out and arrested him without incident, booked him into the San Joaquin County Juvenile Hall on homicide charges.
You know, what does it mean to your department to be able to make an arrest in this case?
Yes, our detectives were working around the clock on this case. They were working relentlessly, trying to figure out exactly who did this, just because it involved a 15 and a 14-year-old boys who were just riding their bikes home late at night. So that was a high priority, and once we figured out exactly who this suspect was, we knew that he was very violent. So that's why we had to get him off the streets before he could hurt someone else. So our detectives did a great job yesterday, and we were able to start bringing closure to both of our homicide victims' families.
Can you tell us what the connection is between the two teens that were murdered and this one that was arrested?
Yeah, for the integrity of the investigation, we really can't go into the motive or those type of details at this time. But once again, we had another case here, another double homicide that involved young kids in our community, both the victims and the suspect. So that's very concerning to us here at the police department. That's why we're working with the Office of Violence Prevention and other nonprofits who deal specifically with youth, just to try to figure out exactly what's going on and trying to also understand how we can keep these guns out of the hands of these young kids.
Yeah, I mean, when you, obviously you're working this, and then when you find out that a suspect is as young as both of these victims, you know, 3 lives.
Yeah, I mean, this is very disheartening for all the families involved. All involved young kids, and now their lives are ruined. We destroyed families based off the actions of that 15-year-old boy that night by committing this double homicide. Obviously, he's going to be going through the court process now, the juvenile court process, and now for the double homicide victims' families, we're going to be able to start the process of healing and bringing closure for that families.
Can you shed any light, Joe, on how the arrest was made?
Yeah, it was basically the hard work of our detectives. They developed information on who the suspect was, got a warrant for his arrest, and then figured out exactly where he was in Northeast Stockton, went out to that neighborhood, and they were able to arrest him without incident.
Is there anything else that maybe we haven't asked that you think is important we know, or you want the community to know?
Well, I mean, just once again, we did make a great arrest yesterday in regards to this double homicide, but we still have more unsolved homicides that we are working. So it's very important that if anybody has information in regards to any of the homicides that we've had this year or last year, that they get that information to us immediately, because our homicide investigators have been working nonstop since we've seen that uptick in shootings and homicides in our city.